Hey guys, it is me, Jacqueline. For today's video, I have my April/May book haul. I've been MIA for a few weeks, aka I haven't been in my house, so I have a ton of packages to open up. So let's just jump right on in. Yet again, if you see any book in this haul you would like a review for, let me know down below. And if you have read any of the books I mentioned, also let me know that down below in the comments section. So the first couple books I have are from Barnes & Noble. I placed an order, I want to say like 4 months ago, and I pre-ordered a book and then I got these 4 books, but the book I pre-ordered still isn't here. It should be coming sometime this week, so technically I could have just waited to do this haul, but honestly I am way too excited to show off the books I do have on my hands. So the first book I got from Barnes & Noble is Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. This is actually a collection of novellas that directly follows after the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. If you have or want to read the Mortal Instruments series and you read the entirety of it, I would directly read this after because I think it is a great basis for that. Also, I would recommend to read this actually before, or if you want to, read Lady Midnight, because it also gives great sort of information before you start that book. So this collection of novellas I think is fantastic. I have read all of them because I bought them individually. This bind up came out in November, and the individual novellas, I think the last one came out like a month or 2 before Lady Midnight. So I read them all, absolutely loved them, knew I had to get my hand on the bind up whenever it did come out. For some reason, I don't know why, I actually delayed getting this, but now I finally have this in my possession. Yet again, such a great collection of novellas. Next, I have The Sun Is Also a Star, and this is by Nicola Yoon. I read this book a couple months back, but I remember so many people absolutely like raving about this book, and I was like, you know what, I gotta read it, and then I finally did read it like a few months later, and I fell in love with it. I finally have the physical copy. I did read her other book, which was her debut novel, Everything Everything. That movie is coming out very soon. I will definitely be watching it because I did really enjoy her first book. I have to say, I found this book to be even better. I think if you are looking for a contemporary that has a little bit more substance to it, this is definitely one for the choosing. It is a little bit more romancy, but I love the romance that's featured in it. I think it's very well done. Next, I have Crooked Kingdom, and this is by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book, a part of the Six of Crows duology. I have yet to read Six of Crows. I do have it. It is right here. Da, 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 da. I have it in my possession. My goal is to read this and then immediately follow up with this, and once I finish both of these, I will do a duology review on these 2 books because I've heard fantastic, amazing things about Six of Crows. Like, so many people recommend me this book, yet to read it. I definitely need to, and I have a feeling I will enjoy it, and I will enjoy it enough that I will want to have my hands on the second book immediately. So I decided that this summer I will definitely be getting to these 2 books, and I will definitely be doing a review. The final book I picked up from Barnes & Noble was Scythe, and this is from Neil Shusterman. Now, this is the same author that wrote the Unwind series, which is and was a very popular dystopian series. I never personally read it. I did just recently acquire the first book, a part of the series, so I definitely want to read it soon because I have heard great things about it. Regardless though, I saw this on like the new release sort of category at Barnes & Noble when I was ordering the other books and when I was pre-ordering the main book I had in mind, and I was like, I need to pick this up. This sounds fantastic. If you haven't heard of this book though, we follow our 2 main protagonists, who are 2 teenagers that have been chosen to become apprentice to a scythe, and a scythe is sort of like a Grim Reaper in which they actually take people's lives. So I cannot wait to read it. Can't wait to see what it's about. I think this is the first book, a part of a series. Then I have How to Make a Wish, and this is by Ashley Herring Blake. I actually do already have a copy technically of this book. I was sent a ARC copy of this book in March. So now they actually decided to send me the physical copy. I have yet to read it, but from what I remember, it is a LGBTQ plus book about our two main female protagonists who actually sort of grow closer and share a tight connection, even though they come from two completely different lives. This is a contemporary, more style romance. I am definitely interested in reading it. I have heard great things from other YouTubers. Next, I have a package from Clean Teen Publishing. This was sent to me unsolicited, so I have no idea what's inside of it. So let's open up and see. So the book they sent me, I already own, and that's because they actually sent it to me already, and that is Bellamy and the Brute, and this is from Alicia Michaels. So this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It has a little bit of a twist because there is this murder mystery vibe emitting from this story. I have yet to read it, although I do have now 2 copies of it. Then I have a package from Fierce Reads. They did contact me and ask if I want to be a part of their blogger list, and I said yes, of course. The way they had this sort of set up was completely different compared to anything else I've ever experienced, and pretty much they had 4 sort of preset boxes that us bloggers could receive, and there was a form that we had to fill out and say what box was our first choice, what was our second and third and fourth. So I don't know which one I did receive, but regardless, I can't wait to see what goodies are inside. So the first book I see is Wild Beauty, and this is from Anna Marie McLenner. I have seen this a ton on Goodreads, and I've been seeing really positive reviews. I don't exactly remember what it's about, not going to lie, but this does come out in September of 2017. I believe it is fantasy. On the back, it says there's this place where there is a hidden tragic legacy. It says if the women fall in love too deeply, their lovers vanish. And after generations of vanishings, a strange boy appears in this garden, and a lot of people are very confused about where he came from. It's a little bit of a mystery aspect. It seems like there are going to be fantastical elements as well. I'm very excited. Yet again, I have been reading very positive reviews, so I can't wait to see what it is exactly about. Then I have My New Crush Gave to Me, and this is by Shani Petrov. And on here it says, who needs a Christmas miracle when you have a foolproof plan? This seems like it is a YA contemporary book from what I read on the back. It's about this girl who has a crush on a guy and has this ultimate plan of having to win his heart, and this book comes out in October if you are interested. I can't wait to read it. It just sounds like a very fun, easy to read contemporary romance, which you guys know I absolutely love those. I see another contemporary in this box, and that is Kids Like Us by Hilary Reel. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, but this book comes out in November 2017, and it's about this boy named Martin who is autistic. On the front it says, Martin never thought falling in love was for kids like him. What I got from the summary is pretty much he doesn't really socialize with other people, and when his mom sort of forces him to go into a summer school, he then starts to feel almost like he belongs. He falls in love with a girl, and then reality sort of sets in. I don't really know what else is involved in this story, but yet again, I cannot wait to read it. I haven't read a book that features a protagonist that is autistic, so I hope it sort of portrays it well. Next, I have Ready to Fall, and this is from Marcella Pixley, and this book comes out in November 2017. On the front, it says, being strong means letting go, and what I got from the back is the main protagonist's mother dies of cancer, and instead of sort of like facing his loss, he imagines that her tumor is like in his head, and it just seems very different. I think it's going to be a story about like grief and him sort of figuring out himself and coming to terms with it, and then other elements come into play like a girl named Fish. Then the final book that came in this box is Devil in Ohio from Daria Polantin, and this just seems very creepy, very different. I don't really read a lot of these type of books, but I'm very intrigued over this one. It comes out in November 2017, so a great like post-Halloween read, and we follow our main character Jules, who actually has a mom that's a psychiatrist. She decides to bring one of her patients home, and this patient is a young young girl, and she starts sort of like trying to live Jules's life. Like she's wearing her clothes, sleeping in her bed, very creepy, weird things. And Jules actually discovers that a strange cult in a different town might be trying to get this patient back because this patient like ran away from the cult. Very weird, definitely interested. The next package is probably one of the best things I've ever been sent in my entire life. I did not know I was being sent this. I saw other bloggers and booktubers being sent this, and I was like, oh my god, that'd be amazing if I got it sent, blah 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 blah. When I saw the package, like, I started full on crying. Dramatic, yes, but so worth it because I was sent Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is the box that came in. It says Cassandra Clare's Epic Dark Artifices series continues May 23rd, 2017. It has like a ruin. Hell yes. Hell yes. I did already open it because apparently the mailman like threw it into a puddle, and so I didn't actually open it, but my mom opened it to make sure like the book wasn't damaged. But guys, look at this beauty. It says, you are one of the lucky few to receive an early copy of Lord of Shadows. Please keep spoilers to yourself. This is beautiful. Oh my fucking god. I am definitely reading this tonight. Like, you have no idea how I have been anticipating this book because Lady Midnight left off like at such a bad part. Like, I need to know what happens next. They did send this letter, which I will definitely be reading. I just want to thank them, like, from the bottom of my heart. I was not expecting this at all, and I cannot say just how happy I was. It is so weird receiving, like, an arc from one of your favorite authors, especially because this is, like, such a popular book. I just wasn't expecting it, and just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Moving along, I was also sent this box unsolicited. I did already open it because I had no idea who the sender was, and I was a little bit like wary of it, but I was actually sent this box from JKS Communications. I have worked with them in the past, absolutely loved them, and the book they sent my way I'm actually really excited for. I've never heard of it prior to receiving it, but regardless, I can't wait to read it, and that is The Crowns of Crosswald from D.E. Knight. This is a middle grade fantasy novel that comes out on July 21st, 2017. And this is actually the author's debut novel. It's going to be the first part of a series. Yet again, I haven't heard of it prior to receiving it, but it does sound really interesting. It's about our main protagonist named Ivy, who is apparently like a queen, and she's been in hiding for all of her life, and so now she's coming out. And I'm very interested. I love fantasy and stuff like that, so I can't wait to see how this debut author sort of handles everything. And with the book, I was actually sent a couple of different things. So I was sent a letter from the author. I was sent this, which is really different. It's like a bottle of glitter, but this is actually a glangery bottle, which is a vessel full of charmed spring water, and so this sort of goes along with the book. I love when they do that. They send like goodies along with different books. It just makes the experience a little bit different, like when you unbox it. Continuing on, I have 3 book subscription boxes to unbox for you guys. 2 different companies, 2 boxes from one company, 1 box from another. So the first box I have is from Fairy Loot. This is the April box. I know I'm late with this one, but still I wanted to open it on camera. I'm sorry, I apologize, I wasn't here to open it. This is what the artwork looked like for the April box, and this past month's theme was dreams and wishes, which I am very interested in. So the first thing I see is this box. It says My Book's My Treasure, Fairy Loot logo, Fairy Loot on it. Let's see what it is. It's probably a mug. I have a feeling, and it is! Wait, this is beautiful. I know this quote very well. It is from A Court of Mist and Fury, and it says, "To the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered." And this is from Risa Rodil, and this is beautiful. I love this quote. I will be using this mug on the daily. I am so excited to have this in my possession. Oh my god. Next is a candle, and this is from Marikai Candles. This is in Reverie, and it says mint, marshmallows, and candy floss. Ooh, there's glitter in it. It smells good. It smells almost like bubblegum, but marshmallow flavored. I hate myself. I gotta go. I'm like delirious right now. I haven't filmed in so long that I feel like I'm in one of those moods. Moving along, there is this pin, and it says dreams in a jar, and on the card it says, for the first time ever, we are including a pin. The Dream Jar pin was made exclusively for you by House of Wonderland. We love the glitter detailing. That is really pretty. Next is this magnet that actually has a dream catcher with it and a bunch of other like colorful pastel items. And the quote on it says, follow your dreams, they know the way. On the card it says, remind yourself to follow your dreams every day with the exclusive Follow Your Dreams magnet that features a dream catcher on it. This was brought to you exclusively by Fairy Loot. The next thing I see is this tote, which has a quote from the Mime Order by Samantha Shannon, and it says, madness is a matter of perspective, little dreamer. And this is beautiful. Like, I love the detailing with the flowers, and even like the actual look of it corresponds with the book covers, because I do have it right over there. Well, the bone season at least, but still beautiful. Now let's see what the book of the month was for April. I am super excited. Ooh, I've heard of this book. This is Given to the Sea by Mindy McGinnis, and I haven't heard of like specific reviews, but I have seen this on Goodreads a ton. I believe this is a YA fantasy one, and of course they actually have a book plate for it, so I will definitely be putting that in the book. There's a little bookmark that goes along with it, and also a letter from the author. That was the April Fairy Loot box. Thank you so much to Fairy Loot for sending me last month's box. If you guys are interested in Fairy Loot, I do have a coupon code, which I will leave down below, and also of course I'm going to leave their website down below in the description box. And then finally coming to an end, because I already know this book haul is super duper long, I have two Bookly boxes to unbox. I believe this is either the March or April one, and this is either the April or May one. We're gonna have to open it up and see which one's which. So I did open up the March 2017 one, but before we get into it, if you haven't heard of Bookly Box, they are a book subscription service. They have various different genres you can choose from. They don't have a lot of like goodies attached to it, but you do get a new book every month. And the thing that I love about it the most is for every Bookly Box purchase, a book is then donated to someone who is less fortunate. So you're sort of giving back in a sense by buying this box. And for the month of March, they actually donated books to Rwanda, so that's amazing. And let's get into it. So I'm just gonna feel around before I take the book out, because I hear things. So I see, ooh, what's this? First thing I see is a keychain, and this says, I read, therefore I am. Beautiful. I will definitely be putting these on my key. There are two different things of tea, of course. They always have tea in their boxes. And first is the Sweet Cinnamon Spice, and the other one is the Awake English Breakfast. The next thing is this, which is a golden feather bookmark, and it is so beautiful. Like, this is stunning. I will definitely be using this. It says, golden feather is a symbol of honor and respect. Wow, I love this, honestly. Next, I see a bookmark, which they always put these in every single box. So on the one side, it says, shh, I'm reading, a Bookly box. And then the other, it has a quote. And on this one, it says, it's a rare book that wins the battle against drooping eyelid. The book is Beautiful Broken Girls by Kim Savage, and it says, when you touch things, they can break. On the back, it says, everyone wanted to touch us, including you. So remember the 7 places you touched me, that's where you'll find the truth. On the inside, it says, the parts of Mira that Ben touched are etched on his soul. Palm, hair, chest, cheek, lips, throat, heart. It was the last one that broke her. After her death, Mira sends Ben on a quest for notes she left in the 7 places where they touched. notes that explain why she and her sister drowned herself in the quarry. How Ben interprets those notes has everything to do with the way he was touched by a bad coach years before. But the truth behind the girl's suicide is more complicated, involving a dangerous infatuation, a deadly miracle, and a crushing lie. I love Bookly Box because they always put very different books in their boxes. I've never heard of this book prior to receiving it in the box, so I am definitely going to be reading this one. If you have read this, let me know what you thought of it. So apparently this is the May 2017 box, so I have no idea where the April one is. That's not good. Anyway, let me open it up and see what's inside. This is so cool. This is a USB portable fan. I have never seen this in my whole entire life. Oh my god, I am so using this. You know who would actually love this? My roommate Marissa. I'm gonna see if she wants it. Then I see the two teas. So there's Earl Grey and then Vanilla Caramel. I see another keychain, which is a arrow and then a piece of leather, and it's like this bronzy sort of material, very similar to the one that was featured in the March box, like the color, not the actual like style. And then this is the bookmark, so it says shh, I'm reading on one side, Bookly Box, and then it says I can imagine no greater bliss than to lie about reading novels all day, Julia Quinn. This is a very colorful, like almost like pop Funko. So the book that was featured in this month's box is The Other F Word, and that is by Natasha Friend, and on the back it says just your typical family, 4 moms, 3 brothers, 2 sisters, 1 sperm donor. Oh my god, I cannot wait to read this. This just sounds so different. Yet again, I have never heard of this book before. So if you guys have read this one, let me know what you thought of it. That was my April/May haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you thought of it, and please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If somehow you made it through the end, honestly, you are the real MVP. Give yourself a pat on the back. But that is all I have for this video. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video, which will be a very exciting announcement. So I'll see you then. Bye!